Welcome to College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. The Valley activated the Arizona State bank account $50K lighter after these students stormed this field last week upon upsetting Texas Tech. Tonight, Sparky tries to extend the fifth longest home winning streak in college football. Can they affect Houston's unflappable Connor Wigman, the Big 12 Player of the Week and the catalyst for the Cougs' surprising Big 12 run? Sam Levitt undefeated in 2 years, playing at home, but playing without his comfort blanket tonight. The most dominant receiver in college football, Jordan Tyson. With that, hello and welcome to Tempe. I'm Loa Galindo with Aaron Murray, the SEC's all-time leading passer. Lauren Sisler will join us from the mosh pit down on the field later in the game. Now, pumped up for this matchup. We got two of the top five in the Big 12 standings trying to keep up in that chase with Cincinnati and BYU. For Arizona State, they'll make that chase without Jordan Tyson. If there's any question about the impact he has for this team, watch the game-winning drive against Texas Tech last week when he caught 4 passes, drew 1 PI to set up the game-winning score.
He's unbelievable. I love watching Jordan Tyson. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see him live here this evening, but an absolute game record throughout the field. And a team that's struggling in the red zone, they need their playmaker. So it's going to come down to really new receivers making plays, tight ends making plays, running back making plays, but most importantly, Sam Levitt, the most creative player, one of the most creative quarterbacks in college football, doing this throughout the ball game, being creative inside the pocket, buying time, allowing some of these younger receivers to get open to create separation. But plays like this, you see this Lowell in pro days, not in actual football. 11 on 11. He's so dynamite, but this is when he's most deadly in the red zone. They're going to rely on his legs to be that extra player offensively to find ways to get in the end zone this evening.
Coming off a career-high 319-yard performance in that win against Texas Tech. The Sun Devils are in the house. Kickoff coming up next. This is the Big 12 on ESPN and another unbelievable scene here in Tempe. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler.
Hey guys, you know, you talked about JT, Jordan Tyson being out, a big storyline in this one, but that means Sam Levitt's going to have to step up and really spread the wealth. But he's confident. He says, we will be just fine. He told me earlier this week that he's really going to lean on his guys like Malik McClain, Jaron Hamilton. Those are the guys that he's going to focus on tonight. And he said, look, we don't need to do anything too flashy in this one. Let's take care of the football, finish drives, especially in the red zone. And he's ready to see this team play complete football, 4 full quarters in all 3 phases.
It's Houston and Arizona State from the Valley of the Sun. Last time they played, 1990, in the land of the rising sun, Tokyo, Japan. Arizona State won the toss. They will kick to Houston. And a potential Big 12 eliminator is underway. Short kick and returnable. Makai Muse will take it shy of the 25-yard line. Connor Wigman giving Houston another game changer at quarterback. Ball security, tough runs his calling card. He was the #1 quarterback prospect in the nation when he signed with Texas A&M. He has now become a star playing for Willie Fritz, just like his dad did at Sam Houston State in 1991.
Yeah, I love it. High football IQ, able to get from one side of the field to the other, can push it vertically down the field, and a dynamic runner, first, second, and third down, and especially in the red zone.
Dean Connors, first-year transfer from Rice, pushing the pile forward. Positive yards to start this drive.
Well, this is an offense, Lowell, runs at 54% of the time, 3rd highest in the Big 12. They want to run it with their big running back, their quarterback, really slow the game down, be able to get to 3rd and manageable situations.
Meanwhile, the Arizona State defense, 21 sacks, 14th best in the FBS. They pressure you with 4, 6th lowest blitz percentage in college football. Back-to-back, Connors trying to cut it up, 2 yards shy, and it will set up 3rd and 2.
Well, exactly what they wanted to do the first 2 plays of the game, run the football, and then for defensively for Arizona State, understanding of this is the down, you have to watch the quarterback. Zone reads, quarterback power, quarterback draw. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders have to be ready to trigger against the quarterback run.
Wigman will run, gets a block from Connors, a move, open field, Connor, Wigman showing the giddy-up. Will he have enough gas? No, falling down inside the 20, but Connor Wigman showing he can beat you with the getaway sticks.
It's on film. Defensively, they know it's coming, especially when you're in an empty set. And this is just #1, being special, physical, big kid, 6'3", 210, 215, using some size and speed, and then just ran out a little gas at the end, getting some more gassers after practice, so he'd take the next one to the house.
50 yards, that's a long ways, Aaron Murray. Clean pocket, dropped in the end zone by a man that never does that. Tanner Koziel.
Never Koziel, one of the best tight ends in college football. This is a beautiful design. Cover 2, you're gonna get a corner route and then up the field, right down the middle of both safeties. Wide open, right in his hands. He does not drop those passes often.
Leads the team with 36 catches, most among Big 12 tight ends. Dean Connors from the pistol. Carry left side, gets spun around by a stout Arizona State defensive line. Miles Ghost Rouser comes up from the safety spot. 3rd on the team with 49 tackles.
I love Rouser, man. He's a physical safety coming in, and they're gonna need him on those 3rd and short situations to be an extra defender inside the box. But this is where you want Houston to be. 3rd and long, force Wigman to beat you with his arm.
Wigman looking off his primary, fading it right side, and that is what Koziel normally does do. Now a catch in 23 straight games. He leads the FBS with 13 contested catches.
It's just not fair. He's 6'7", going against Breedlove, who's 5'11". I mean, it is just, it's basketball. That's all it is. It is backyard basketball. Let me get my big 6'7" tight end matched up and thrown in a spot where he can just high point it and get a completion.
1st and goal now. Inside the 5. And we have a flag down before the snap.
Looks like the left tackle, 79, Abasale, got a little bit early start there inside the 5.
We'll start offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's an offensive line that was named the Conference Offensive Line of the Week after a season-high 232 rushing yards in the win against Arizona last week.
Well, they've just gotten better and better. Really, the past 2 weeks have been their best performances. The past season, they won't need their 3rd in a row here this evening.
7 touchdowns in their last 9 red zone trips. Connors gets the pitch. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Swallowed up by Keyshawn Elliott, second leading tackler on the team. That's number 52 on the year.
Just diagnosed it and came downhill in an absolute hurry. Sees it, hits the hole, comes 44, flying down there. And back-to-back negative plays after the big pass play as this offense reeling a little bit.
Elliott with the 4th most run stops in the Big 12. They go for no gain or a TFL. This is all Wigman, straight up the gut, and gets a few yards back. Rouser with his 2nd tackle.
Well, now this 3rd down in the red zone, things are condensed. It's all about matchups. Where is my matchup as a quarterback? So all eyes are gonna be on the big tight end. Where can number 9 go? Can we get him matched up against a little body, a safety, a linebacker, and give an opportunity right here to make a play?
Wigman looking for him, and it's overthrown. Tough to overthrow a 6'7" target, but that's exactly what he does. So an opening drive highlighted by a 50-yard scamper by Wigman will lead to a field goal.
And an opportunity, ball's just about 6 inches too high, which is tough, like you alluded to, Lowell, throwing over his head. Nice drive to get things going, but would have loved to give your playmaker a little bit more of an opportunity, at least put his hands on that football there inside the red zone.
26 yards now for Ethan Sanchez. His last kick was the game winner from 41 yards out to beat Arizona. Kick is up, and it is just good. Field goal number 16 on the season for Ethan Sanchez. That moves him into a tie with his Arizona State counterpart, Jesus Gomez, for the 2nd most in the FBS. Coming up, Sam Levitt. Can he carry the Sun Devils without Jordan Tyson? We're gonna have to find out. Houston, Arizona State, Texas Tech, the one-loss teams in the Big 12 race. They are trailing Cincinnati, BYU, both those teams picking up wins earlier to remain undefeated in conference play. Potential Big 12 eliminator, Houston just wrapped up another one of the long drives they're known for. 10 plays, but only got 3 out of it. And no return here for Arizona State. So the Sun Devils 1-3 since the start of last season, playing without Sam Leavitt or Jordan Tyson. They lost to Utah without Leavitt 2 games ago, trying to win without Tyson tonight.
It's going to be tough sled, no doubt about it, but Sam Leavitt, you see the scouting report, top and arm strength, push the ball vertically down the field. He's an ultimate playmaker back there at the quarterback spot, and he's just a winner. He finds a way to get it done, especially in this building. He's never lost.
16-3 overall as a starter. Second best winning percentage in the FBS. But who will he throw to? Raleek Brown motions out. Leavitt thought about it. Now scrambling where he is at his best. Wide open. Malik McClain to the 50-yard line. Catch number 7 on the season for McClain. Had an awesome spring and summer, waiting for him to break out.
This is his moment. He needs to break out. He's going to be one of the premier receivers for this offense this evening. Can you find ways to build his confidence early? That's one way to do it, but there's that playmaking ability we just talked about with Sam Leavitt.
5th best QBR in the FBS when Leavitt is out of the pocket. And it's Raleek Brown. His last carry was the game winner a week ago to beat Texas Tech. That brings us to our impact players, brought to you by Pizza Hut.
Well, one of them is Raleek Brown. He is so fast, so speedy, can make guys miss in the open field, one of the best in the country at doing so. Miles Rouser on the other side, going to be involved in the run game and the pass game. Rook Brown had a great game a week ago. Going to need him to slow down the running game, and you saw the big tight end number 9 and what he can do there in that first possession for Houston.
Quick game to the tight end, Shimon Mateer. A flag is down as Mateer tried to spin out of the tackle. Mateer coming off a career-best performance, 4 catches, 66 yards. So even without Tyson, there's a few players for Arizona State that emerged last week, including another tight end, Cameron Harpole, and Jaron Hamilton, a receiver as well. That will be the biggest question mark tonight. What does the offense look like without Jordan Tyson? There is no real number 2 option at the wide receiver position.
Blocking the back, offense number 12. 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Second down.
That's not going to help the cause. Tyson, 57 catches on the season. The next closest at the wide receiver position. 7 catches.
Ooh-wee. I mean, I combined all the receivers together, only 19 catches combined. So it's 19 for all of them compared to 57. It is a big drop and a big loss for them this evening, not having number 0 out there.
39% of the targets for Arizona State. That is second most in the FBS. Leavitt, a high throw. He was trying to set up his tight end Harpole there. That sailed, 3rd and 16.
Well, it starts with the blitz there, and you're going to see this a lot from Houston this evening, something Sam Leavitt's going to have to be able to figure out, diagnose, and then essentially turn the protection to a lot of what I call simulated pressure, Lowell. They'll bring one player, so you think they're bringing 5, but then they'll drop a defensive end. They'll drop a defensive tackle. So really, they're only bringing 4 and still dropping 7 in coverage.
Sun Devils awful on 3rd down. 117 in the FBS. Only Ohio State better than Houston on 3rd and 5+. Leavitt scooting and is going to be brought down 2 yards shy of the line to gain. Second time Leavitt is out of the pocket. Now he's a little slow to get up right now.
This is what he does best right there when things are open or he feels uncomfortable. Get outside the pocket, and man, did he hit the ground hard.
Also, his leg was pulled. Keep in mind, he was in a boot with a foot injury 2 weeks ago, which led to him missing the game against Utah. Jeff Sims started that game, and that was the biggest loss for Arizona State this year.
This would be absolutely devastating for this football team. We just talked about it throughout the Open, without their star Jordan Tyson, and now, right now, one of the best quarterbacks in the country down in Sam Levitt.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Geico Switch and Save. Get more with Geico.
Jeff Sims now taking the field. Journeyman quarterback, after Sam Levitt was hurt on a third down scramble, walked off the field, then went into the medical tent. He was not in that tent very long before he then walked out without his helmet to the team locker room. Fourth down, Jeff Sims getting the snap, will carry it left side. Sims motoring, powering through for the first down pickup.
That's what Jeff Sims capable of doing. 6'4", 220 pounds, 4th and 2 situation. No real guess or anything like that. Hey, man, just get in there, run the football behind your blockers. And a nice first play to kind of get in a rhythm, too, for a quarterback just coming off the bench.
Started 2 weeks ago in awful conditions at Utah. It was a 42-10 loss. Sims actually was not the issue in that game. To Brown. Wiggling through. Doesn't take a large crease for Raleek Brown to get going. Kentrell Webb makes his stop.
Now they're going to have to rely more and more on this running game right now. Going a little up-tempo. You're going to see more of that zone read. Give the quarterback option to pull if he wants to. If not, get Brown downhill.
Back to Brown. Stutter. Trying to get the edge. He does to the 20 and wants to take some bodies. He was forcing the contact on Latrell McCutcheon.
I love the way he runs. It's just, it's smooth, it's patient, and then all of a sudden, bang, he's got that burst to then hit the edge and then just run around to everyone. You see that 43 missed tackles this season, and there's a reason why. He's got some speed and a lot of wiggle to him.
He's getting a breather. Jason Brown checks in. Check that, it's man-man Robinson, now a tailback. The pitch to man-man. Great blocking on the perimeter, but the closing job by Jalen Gardner. Second on the team, now up to 40 tackles on the year.
Well, it's going to be a big responsibility now for this second and third level of the defense is, hey man, they're without their star playmaker on the outside. Now they're on their second string quarterback. This backup quarterback's more of a runner. Expect heavy dose. So second, third level defensive guys got to be able to come downhill.
But they're in the red zone. 45% touchdown percentage. That's 126 nationally. Awful. Quick toss. Man. Gets popped. The ball is out. And it's out of bounds. Two leaping Cougars defenders. And Latrell McCutcheon and Sione Fotu trying to get that mad dash.
Well, they were coming downhill, head-hunting. Ball's behind the receiver, makes him turn around. But that ball's definitely out, and lucky for Arizona State, it goes out of bounds.
That is now 12 forced fumbles by the Houston defense. That's the most in the FBS. Problem is, they've only recovered 2 of those. Their DC, Austin Armstrong, joked around that maybe they would have to have a sacrificial lamb or something like that to get those bounces coming into this game. Sims in traffic and broken up. McCutcheon was all over that. They think he can be a late round draft pick next year.
Well, another red zone opportunity and another opportunity missed to be able to put a touchdown on the board for this Arizona State offense. And it's just tight man-to-man coverage on the outside, and I'd do the same thing if I'm Houston. Man-to-man coverage until someone can prove to me that they can win big-time plays. I'm not giving up any free access throws.
He was looking for Jaron Hamilton. This is Jesus Gomez, who was 4 for 4 last week in the win against Texas Tech. High snap, handled, and he pushes it to the right. So no good from 31 yards out. Willie Fritz is fired up. But that's deflating for Arizona State. You lose your starting quarterback, Sam Levitt, on this opening drive. You're already without the best receiver in America with Jordan Tyson. And then you line up the automatic Jesus Gomez. High snap. And that's wide right. Houston fired up. They should be. Houston opened up the game with a drive that resulted in a field goal. Connor Wigman, career-long 50-yard scamper on that drive. Back to work here to Dean Connors. Connors looking for daylight and takes it to the 26-yard line. Arizona State got the football back. Their opening drive, it was costly. Lost Sam Levitt. He went down on a third down scramble, went to the medical tent, then went straight to the locker room after a quick visit to that tent. Kenny Dillingham and his team missed a field goal inside the red zone. Wigman to throw, in traffic, rocked, and the ball popped out. Amari Thomas took the brunt of it. He held on to make that catch. That's a grown man catch.
That is a grown man hit and a grown man catch, because this was bang, bang, over the middle of the field. You got to be ready for contact. Woo! Hey, that's some concentration and strong hands, too, from Amari Thomas, their top receiver, to bring that ball in.
Leads the team with 510 receiving yards, fifth most in the Big 12. Wigman, play action, pressured, feels it, extending to make the catch, Kobe style. It is Kobe Young with only his third catch of the year.
The pocket presence from Wigman, absolutely terrific. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Feels the pressure and still delivers a dime.
Stats are career highs across the board. Wigman now really feeling it and fires it out to the perimeter, and it's Harvey Broussard III. So Arizona State is a team that focuses in on the receiver that's not available tonight. Houston is a team showing they're willing to spread it to everybody.
They really are, and right now a great performance to start this game from Wigman, moving the ball around, utilizing his legs on that first drive as well.
Dean Connors tried to tunnel under a tackle, and it will set up a third and manageable play.
A third and manageable, and really four-down territory, too. So this could be an opportunity. If you think Arizona State is going to be ultra-aggressive to stop the quarterback run, you may take a shot right here, knowing that you still have another down to get the first on fourth.
Wigman needs three. Connors will get it, making a move, and eclipsing the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Adrian Boogie Wilson makes the stop, but Connors coming off his second career 100-yard game.
Only 5 defenders in the box. You see ASU tried to add Warren as the 6th defender, but it's just too little too late. Nice man-on-man blocking by the offensive line to crease it for 44 to get the first.
The more you watch Connors, the more you fall in love with his game. Somewhat hidden at Rice, becoming a star now in the Big 12. Really can do it all. Blitz pickup. Wigman to the tight end, bouncing off tackle attempts. Tanner Koziel says, I'm 6'7", 250, and you are not.
He really does. This ball should not have been thrown. Let's be honest. Like, this was not the time to throw the wheel route versus cover 3, because you're going to lay him out to a corner, but you said it, he's just so much bigger than every single body. It's like watching Wemby the other night play basketball.
Talk about the Spurs all you want,
I know
baby.
you got excited about that one. That's what he looks like out there.
Working it on the ground, and DJ Butler is tripped up, but he's inside the 5-yard line.
I'll say this too, you know, Wigman obviously has been through a lot over the past couple of years, different offenses, different coordinators. Last year getting benched with injuries, but this is by far the best I've seen this young man play. He's throwing the ball with some confidence right now.
Long deflating drives. It's what they did last week in their win against Arizona. And the calling card, old school keep away football from both these teams. Koziel now the lead blocker with Connors. Wigman! Did he get enough? No. Stopped inside the 1-yard line by Ghost Rouser.
We talked so much about Koziol catching the ball, comes in motions, nice block, and now they're going quick. QB sneak time.
Wigman makes a move to the left. A flag is down. No signal. They're saying short. And Arizona State was acting as if they punched the football out. And they did. Sun Devils recover inside the 1. Justin Watley with the recovery. We don't know what the penalty is. It looks like it's against Houston because Kenny Dillingham is saying, we decline. This would be 2 deflating early moments in the red zone for Houston. A 1st and goal from the 2-yard line on the opening drive. A false start moved them back. And now, with the ball inside the 2, they lined up to go quick with Wigman. It popped out.
What? Big time meeting going on right now. Discuss the penalty and was it a fumble or not.
Offside, defense number 4 lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 4. That penalty will also be enforced half the distance to the goal line. It'll be number 4's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
That's my impact player right there. Costly penalties. Let's see, where is he lined up? I mean, a lot of bodies. You're gonna call 2 or 3 guys defensively offsides there.
It's a massive humanity. Put the ball spotted inside the 1.
It's first down.
Ball certainly comes out here. It was stripped by Watley, who then recovered it himself, but all that for naught. So now a sliver of green between the tip of the football and the edge of the goal line. Old school I formation for Wigman. Wigman pushes in. Did he get the surge?
I think he got in.
Initially, it really looked like he did, and it's official. Connor Wigman with 6. That was a little wild, Aaron.
A little wild, but look at that drive. This is what Houston does. 10 plays, move the ball all the way down the field. And then, yeah, this time you learn from the mistake previously. You get the ball first, and then you start to push and get a little help from behind as well. The push to get in the end zone.
Second 10-play scoring drive for the Cougs. And like the result of that opening drive, just 3. But if this PAT is good, they'll be cashing it in for 7 to make this a 10-point early lead. Sanchez up and through. And Houston going to the guy that's turned a corner in his career.
Yep.
Connor Wigman is now performing like an upper echelon Big 12 quarterback. The numbers are a little deceiving because it's not like this is a high tempo, breakneck pace that Houston runs.
No, and it's not like they got a bunch of dynamic Jordan Tysons on the outside. They get some good receivers, obviously an elite tight end. But they're not an offense that wants to consistently push the ball vertically down the field. Even though he's able to do that, it's more methodical, longer drives, so the stats aren't always going to be crazy.
What they have to love about that drive, the tough catches. Amari Thomas putting his body on the line, getting smacked over the middle, holding on for the reception. And then later in the drive, Tanner Koziol bouncing off a tackle. Here's Thomas. Woo! Come on now. I mean, that's going to rattle your teeth a little bit. And here, Koziol just showing off. I mean, Keith Abney's one of the best corners in the Big 12.
Yep.
He bounced off from there. And the kick will be returned. Jaron Hamilton. He's got a crease. A flag is down shy of the 30-yard line. We also have an Arizona State player down.
During the return, holding, number 15. That penalty being enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Let's check in with Zubin in the studio. Zubin, as always, we appreciate it. Hanging out here with Aaron Murray and Lauren Sisler. Great environment here inside Mountain America Stadium. Stadium formerly known as Sun Devil Stadium. We have an injured Arizona State player down. Isaiah Josefa will now limp off the field after being injured on that kick return. Our Week 8 Monday Night Football matchup features the Chiefs and Commanders. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app with Peyton and Eli, available on ESPN2. Sam Levitt has checked back in the game. A Willis Reed-like return by the leader of the Sun Devil squad. Wisely to Raleek Brown, and Brown is going backwards. Carlos Allen, some questions whether he would play this week, did not actually practice, but the leading tackler on this team returns to make a stop there.
Oh, you always love it when your leading tackler is a defensive tackle, not a linebacker, not a safety, but big number 5, now 49 tackles on the season for the senior.
Got to give props, though, to Sam Levitt. He was hurt on the opening drive for Arizona State, went to the tent quickly, then to the locker room. He is back. No Jordan Tyson tonight. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. It was looking really rough for Arizona State. This is the hope Sparky needed. Their leader, Sam Levitt, back on the turf. Cougars up on Arizona State 10-0. Here he is with Lawrence Sisler.
Coach, how did that last drive set the tone for your offense?
You know, I thought we had a couple really contested catches. Our guys did a good job of coming down. In particular, that really nice catch by Tanner over there on our sideline. And, you know, you just got to, you know, keep the sticks moving. You try to throw in a couple big plays in there, and we had those.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Levitt goes down. Eddie Walls the third with the sack. He now has 3.5 on the year. Protecting Levitt has been an issue.
We're just going to get a 4-man rush here, and nice protection, or nice job and coverage downfield. No one's open, and those are moments where you see Levitt take off and run. So really want to see after the injury how aggressive he is to pull it and take off and use his legs.
Sacked for the 17th time. That is the most in the Big 12. Now, Lawrence Sisler also reported Levitt was holding his right arm in the tunnel and nearly had an interception thrown behind Malik McClain, and Zelmar Vetter almost made the play of his career.
No, he had him. It's just it's a big dagger route. It's a big 16 to 18-yard in. One-on-one man coverage. Receiver wins. You just got to put the ball out in front of McClain, and it's a catch and possibly even bigger play down the field. Instead, almost an interception.
Now, this is where it really gets dicey for Arizona State. They are the worst punting team in college football. 32.2 net yards per punt. Kenyon Floyd tries to get away, and this is a win if this is the punt, even though it's still going to give Houston the football on the Sun Devils side of the field. Flag is down at the 16-yard line. And it was the punt game that allowed Texas Tech to get in the game in the fourth quarter. A block set up a touchdown. A shank tip set up.
Holding, receiving team. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
And it was a shank punt that led to the final Texas Tech touchdown. Now, this is the situation with Sam Levitt opening drive. He scrambles on third down, goes down. We weren't sure where the injury was. He gets up, he goes to the medical tent. He's not in there very long before he heads to the locker room for further evaluation. Lawrence Sisler relayed word to us that in this tunnel, he was holding his right arm. We have not received any official word from Arizona State on what the issue is or was. Connor Wigman back to work. 2 scoring drives, a field goal and a touchdown. Dean Connors 2 yards to the right side.
Yeah, if you're Houston right now, the momentum is on your side. Defensively, you've been playing really well to start the game. Offensively, you've been able to move the ball down the field to get those 10 points and been really impressed the way Wigman has taken control of the game early on with his arm and legs. See if you can get a big-time score right here and keep the momentum on your side.
Houston receiving some votes in the AP Top 25 after their win against Arizona. The equivalent of number 29 in the AP poll. Here's Connors with back-to-back runs, and he's stonewalled. Kendrick Breedlove now with 8 tackles over the past 3 games, so the transfer from Purdue stepping up his production. Third down.
Well, you're seeing an aggressive defense that says, hey, we're not going to just let you run the football on first, second down. We have to put you behind the chains and make Wigman a passer on third and long. All eyes have to be on number 9 in the slot on the top of your screen.
Only Josh Hoover from TCU with more first down throws than Wigman on third down. Rolling the pocket, throwing on the run, right at the sticks. It will depend on the spot, and it is a first down pickup. Kobe Young.
I don't know about that defensively. Corners kind of just retreating. You cannot give free access throws on 3rd and 18. Need to be more aggressive. That's too easy for Wigman.
Third down in red zone. Wigman is nails. And in this conference, that's what you need to be. Big tight end, Koziel in motion. And there's a flag down before the snap, and it's going to be a false start on the Cougars.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Willie Fritz, 65 years old, but he's not all old school, told us that he loves the transfer portal because his team got better in one offseason in a way that would not have been possible when he was coaching 20 years ago. Connor Wigman, Dean Connors in the backfield, the two biggest pickups in the portal. Connors trying to get a block from Koziel on the left side and only gets one.
Well, it is amazing to bring him to the transfer portal. That's what you can do in today's game. If you're willing to accept the new rules, not complain about it, not hate it, but understand that, hey, if I invest my time and energy, it's obviously high school recruiting first, but in the portal, snapping my fingers, all of a sudden I got a very competitive team this year.
Sweep action. And to the 50, nothing happening. Ghost Rouser makes up for that moment. The 1 yard line where he jumped off sides to give Houston the extra play that erased the fumble from Wigman. And he sets up a 3rd and forever for the Cougars.
Yeah, 3rd down, and defensively just not has been their 8th in the conference in 3rd down. Know where the sticks are, don't give up free access throws. And also gonna be wary too, if you give something up, make sure you rally and tackle because they could go for it on 4th down if they get a decent chunk here.
Playing it safe with Connors. And Connors will get it 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. Justin Watley with the stop. This is an Arizona State defense playing without Prince Dorba, who is one of their top pass rushers.
Interesting decision here to punt the football. I thought you got to get near that 40-yard line. Maybe you take an opportunity to go for it, but maybe just a little bit too far for this offense. That's a win for this defense that struggled through the first quarter, slow down what Houston was presenting.
Liam Dowdy, the punter. Zacharias Sample, the returner. A high hanger. And called for the fair catch at about the 7-yard line. So Houston stalls for the first time tonight. Still holding on to the 10-0 lead in what could be a Big 12 elimination game. Who's getting in from the Big 12? It's going to be another dramatic race like it was last season when Arizona State won the Big 12 title over Iowa State to get in. Top 5, BYU, Cincinnati, both winners today and undefeated. Levitt letting it rip, putting some air under it. A flag is down as he was looking for the speedster, Jaron Turbo Hamilton.
And Will James got beat, and he got beat. So what does he do? He just grabs the receiver and says, I'll give up the penalty before I give up a long touchdown pass down the field. Love Arizona State coming out with a little play action shot.
Pass interference, defense number 15. 15-yard penalty in the previous spot, first down.
So both these teams in the top 5 of the Big 12 standings, neither of them have the top 2 in Cincinnati and BYU on the schedule.
That's huge.
So they're going to need some help, but late in the season, BYU and Cincinnati do go head-to-head. Right now, Kenny Dillingham's team, according to ESPN Analytics, has the 4th best shot to reach the conference title game, in which they won a season ago. No Jordan Tyson. Levitt don't mind. Throwing confidently, and a huge pickup from Malik McClain. His 2nd catch of the night. He's up to 8 catches on the year.
And that's a confident route and catch from number 12. That's something that you turn on the film. You didn't see a lot of confidence from McClain to be able to go up, use his side. He's a true X receiver at 6'5", 205. Those are the type of plays you expect him to make.
That pass had some RPM on it from Levitt.
Guess the arm's doing okay.
Malik McClain passes the eyeball test, 6'5", 205, former ESPN 300 prospect out of high school. This man is lightning in a bottle. Raleek Brown. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler.
Hey guys, and you know that confidence from Malik comes from his quarterback. Sam said, look, Malik's a worker. He can really go. That is our acceleration machine. He's a powerful runner, and he said he's been telling him this week especially, play a little more confident. The ball's going to come to your way. Just be in the spot you need to make that play.
Love the way that Kenny Dillingham summed up his quarterback, Sam Levitt. Said he's basically playing like a walk-on safety at the quarterback spot with his mentality.
And he's just a physical competitor that wills his team to victory.
Quick hands and soft hands by the tight end, Kamari Anderson. Only his 3rd catch of the year. Talk about passing the eyeball test. Transfer from Kentucky. He looks the part, 6'5", 255.
Well, it's going to take everyone in this game, receivers, tight ends, to match or at least get close to production of Jordan Tyson, what he would do in this ball game.
Leading into this game, 49% of the passes to Tyson, who is out tonight with a hammy. Levitt lost the ball. Was a hand coming forward, no signal. Cougars recover. Now this is going to come down to, was Levitt's arm coming forward in the throwing motion? Will James recovers. He's got the rock for the Cougars.
Let's call a little Tom Brady action
The
here.
movement on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. The previous play is under further review.
Let's going to see, does he bring it in or not? We'll get some replays. The arm looked like it was clearly moving forward, though. It's when did it come out of his hands? I think that's an incompletion.
Well, if it's ruled a fumble on the field, that could be what ultimately determines how this thing goes. That's going to be close. Take a couple more looks when we return. Ruling on the field is a fumble by Levitt. Anxious moments here for Sam Levitt. Houston with a 10-0 lead. Potential Big 12 elimination game. Arizona State needs a spark, and this is what happened moments ago. Levitt lost control of the football. It was ruled a fumble on the field and recovered by Will James of Houston. They're going through the process. Here's the announcement.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a fumble is upheld. It'll be first down, Houston.
I thought it was moving forward. I guess they feel like the ball was coming out before the hand started moving down the field. But no, I don't agree with that one. I thought that was clearly, we'll take another look at it. He goes back. Especially because the ball's moving forward too.
Houston finally gets that third fumble recovery on the season and only the second turnover in the past 6 games for Arizona State. Empty for Wigman, sacked! Arizona State gets there in a hurry. Justin Watley coming off a season-high 3-tackle performance against Tech has his first sack of the season.
There's a 4-man rush and he just beats the tackle to the inside. Wins his one-on-one battle, and that defense needed that play to get a little bit of a spark.
9-yard loss. Wigman to throw to Koziel and rodeo down. Miles Ghost Rouser, the good and the bad. We've called his name a lot.
Oh, I love number 4. Just a tenacious safety, willing to get physical in the run game and the pass game. And right now, offense is struggling. The defense is going to have to step up their game, start making some plays on that side.
No Prince Dorba. This is where the Sun Devils miss him. Swing pass, and Amari Thomas is going to take it out to the 38-yard line. Well short. Punt team is out for the Cougars.
Sudden change, they practice it over and over again. Every defense does it. Be ready to get on the field and make a play when your offense makes a mistake. You get a 3 and out.
And this is where Arizona State really needs to find some magic. No Jordan Tyson. Levitt's been hurt. He has the fumble. They need points. Can they find it in the special teams unit that has been among the worst in college football? Dowdy with the booming punt. Sample inside the 10, shaken free for a moment. And that moment does not last long as he is forced out of bounds. Arizona State football, Levitt ready to go back to work. That's 1 versus 2 in the FCS. Arizona State back in the top 25 at number 24. Raleek Brown is stuffed. Carlos Allen, the leading tackler from the defensive line in the Big 12, makes the stop. Aaron, how do the Sun Devils get this thing moving?
Well, I think they need to get Raleek Brown running the football and creating some explosives. Not just him, but this offensive line. They're getting presented with numbers to run the football. They have to be able to block and give 3 some space to take the pressure off this pass game.
Arizona State with a missed field goal. And on the last drive, a fumble lost by Levitt and a questionable call. Mateer, the tight end, makes a catch. So no Jordan Tyson tonight for Arizona State. Since the start of last season, ASU is 1-3 when playing without Levitt or Tyson. Lost 2 games ago to Utah without their quarterback. Battling tonight with that man, rejected first-round pick, maybe the first receiver off the board.
He's special. I mean, just a playmaker, explosive player down the field. Look at this from Houston. 3rd down. It's exotic time. Presents a lot of pressure.
And they back off. Quick screen. Almost had it. Until Zelmar Vetter stops Derek Eusebio. It looked like the opportunity was there to move the chains, but that's a defense rallying fast to the football.
Well, they called the screen perfectly into the field. You're the nickel blitzing to the field as well, so you have numbers offensively, and Vetter just slips through a couple blockers to get the tackle to prevent the first down. A missed opportunity there for the Sun Devils.
Second 3 and out for Arizona State, deflating because they forced a 3 and out after the Levitt fumble. Floyd with the boomer to the 25. Man has been dealing with a quad injury. We've noted some of the issues that they've had this punt unit. So Canyon Floyd gets a good cheer as he helps flip the field on that boomer. Well, the next stop on the F1 schedule is the Mexico City Grand Prix tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on ABC. And the all-new ESPN app. Pre-race coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern time. One of the heroes for Arizona State, Jesus Gomez, their kicker from Puebla, Mexico, about 2.5 hours east of Mexico City. Connor Wigman, Big 12 Player of the Week for his heroics against Arizona State. Gives it up there to Dean Connors. And Connors will not find room. Roman Petrie with the stop.
You're starting to see a defense for Arizona State. Feel like they have to create plays themselves. They have to be a little bit more aggressive. If I'm Houston right now, I'm taking that into account. I want to see maybe a little bit of a play action. Take a shot down the field at some point in this drive.
Wigman is 7 of 9. He's got a 50-yard run, but Arizona State not having any of that. Jordan Crook forces him out.
It's just good eye discipline defensively, understanding zone read, mobile quarterback. Crook stays home. He doesn't bite with the run coming to the inside. And there's now been a few drives, Lowell, where they've won first and second down. Arizona State has. And they're forcing Wigman to win with his arm here on 3rd and long.
Edge pressure. Wigman felt it, dumps it to Connors, and the open field stop is made by Miles Ghost Rouser. You cannot get away from number 4.
I mean, one-on-one, doesn't just stop, but stones him at the point of contact. Is Rouser, and that's a great job. And a little dilemma there offensively. You see they're having to keep Tanner in the block a little bit, not able to get their star tight end out, and no one is open down the field. Defense answers the bell once again.
Second straight 3 and out force by the Sun Devils. The pump from Doughty from Australia. And it's dropped. Sample scoops it, beats one man, flag is down to the sideline and forced out by Doughty. Oh, disaster averted. And it looks like we're going to have a block in the back. Maurice Williams from Arizona State. Let's get the official word, shall we? Awesome crowd tonight here in Tempe. Kenny Dillingham has done an amazing job activating the Valley.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 20. Penalty will be enforced, half the distance to the goal. First down.
A clear block in the back there on the punt return, pushes this offense back. But going back to your point about the crowd here tonight, man, they have owned the fact that this team wins at home these past couple seasons. They're showing up, they're getting out, they're excited with the direction of what Kenny Dillingham is building here at ASU.
10 straight wins inside Mountain America Stadium. 5th longest active streak in the FBS. The students behind Sam Levitt. That's the part of the field they rushed from. After they got the upset win against Texas Tech, they will need to be quiet here. And they comply. Levitt overshoots Mateer. 12 personnel on 55% of ASU snaps. Only Iowa State with more in college football.
Yeah, 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. I think a big problem with this offense right now is they don't have a lot of depth at the receiving position, so you will continue to see bigger bodies, tight end bodies. But right now, it's not really helping them in the run game at all.
Wide receivers only have 3 catches so far tonight. And we'll make that 4 catches as Jaron Hamilton, coming off a breakout game, had 1 catch for 44 yards on the season going into the Texas Tech win, and against the Red Raiders, 3 for 101. And that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. Arizona State scratching, clawing, but Willie Fritz and the Houston Cougars proving tough. They're up 10-0. Zubin, we look forward to it. Connor Wigman has himself a touchdown run. Arizona State converts here on 3rd and 3. They were facing the possibility of another 3 and out. Levitt playing without Jordan Tyson, the best receiver in college football. Houston scored on the first 2 drives. Field goal and then a touchdown. Levitt left the game on the first drive, returned, running for his life there, and Eddie Walls comes up with his 2nd sack.
Okay, Walls finally getting healthy right now. He's been dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury to start the season. You see when he's healthy, what he's able to do from that defensive line position.
Levitt, the most sacked quarterback in the Big 12. And a flag is down before this 2nd and 12. So Levitt came into this game tied with Noah Fafita, being dropped 16 times.
Full start offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down. This penalty includes a 10-second runoff. Timer, please reset the game clock to 1:16. Thank you.
And Levitt has been dropped twice by this Cougars defense that sacked Fafita 4 times last week in H-Town. Arizona State, all 3 timeouts. Levitt on the run. What a catch at the 50. Malik McClain finally realizing his potential.
He has in the first half. He has been the go-to guy for Sam Levitt, making some big-time plays down the field.
33 yards. Everyone in this building knows Levitt plays his best when the back is against the wall, and that's off the number 3 on the chest of Raleek Brown.
Well, Sam's ability to push the ball down the field on the run, and 12's running the big over all the way from the left side of the formation across the field. Look at that touch up and over the defender to the big 6'5" receiver down the field.
6 catches on the year. Coming into this game, 3 in the first half. Levitt, pressure in his face, stands tall and nearly intercepted. Kentrell Webb nearly took it away.
Just undercut the route beautifully was Webb. Tight end's gotta cross face. You have to protect the pass if you're a receiver tight end. You cannot let a DB come underneath like that. And once again, Sam Levitt feeling the heat back there, gets sandwiched between 2 defenders.
3rd and 10 now. 1 of 5 on 3rd down here in the first half for ASU. Pressure in his face again, low throw, broken up, and sheath the sword to Zelmar Vetter. 3 highlight plays for Vetter so far in the first half.
Yeah, Vetter's been great, but it starts with the defense. 3rd down, they're gonna bring exotic blitzes, and you're gonna get wrapping all the way around. He's gonna start right there at the center spot, wrap all the way around the edge to be able to put pressure on the quarterback. And then tight coverage down the field as well. A little handsy, but I think Vetter did a great job once again, helping this defense get off the field.
Floyd out. His last punt was a beauty. Fair catch at the 10-yard line. And so 42 seconds. Houston has 3 timeouts available. They're not known like they were under Dana Holgerson as a team that can just get up and go. And if you've got 42 ticks on the clock, go try to score.
Yeah, but ASU still has 3 timeouts themselves, so they don't want to give ASU an ability to get the football back and sneak some points before halftime, especially the fact that Arizona State will get the ball back to start the second half. So I think goal right now is not to get points, but can you get 1 first down and the half, feeling really good about the way your defense is played.
A team known for the long deflating drives had a 96-yard touchdown drive in the second quarter last week. A 9-minute, 4-second touchdown drive in the third quarter as well. And won the game, taking all 4:48 off the clock to set up a game-winning field goal against Arizona. Connors, not working. Jordan Crook, the man that had that devastating hit on Amari Thomas earlier, makes a stop.
Let's go to Connor Wigman and just what he's done in the game so far. I've been really impressed with his confidence, his poise. He's looked really good throwing the football down the field, allowing his receivers to make some pretty tough catches, no doubt about it. But I love this play, especially getting up in the pocket, finding that deep route on the sideline. But it wasn't just giving his playmakers the ability to go up there and make plays. They obviously had a career-long run as well. 50 yards there on the first possession of the game.
His OC Slade Nagel tells us he actually plays better when he runs, especially in early games, takes some hits, kind of gets him lathered up and ready to go.
I love that as a quarterback. Early on, give me a little zone read. That defensive end crashes, I pull it, I get hit a little bit, takes the jitters out, you feel like you're a part of the game.
Was primarily running Wigman in the red zone and on third down, but they really opened it up against Arizona last week. 14 carries, 98 yards. Another run. Connors gives him a block. Wigman sees daylight to the 25-yard line. He's got a 50-yard run and another explosive on the ground there for Connor Wigman.
Well, it's not just third downs, it's not just red zone. I think the biggest thing they've been able to utilize him this season is first and second down. Defenses aren't always ready for quarterback run on those early D&Ds. And right there, a big conversion to end this first half, making sure the ball is in their hands to end the second quarter.
16-yard pickup there, as this will go down to zeros. Arizona State is going to be shut out in the first half for the first time since 2023. That was Dillingham's debut here in Tempe. And Houston, knowing what this game means, not just staying alive in that chase behind Cincinnati and BYU in the Big 12, but they were overlooked coming into this year. Not a good first campaign for Willie Fritz, but if they find a way to close this one out, no doubt Houston becomes a real legit threat in this Big 12 race. To Zubin now in the studio. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Geico. Houston Cougars trying to make a statement that they are real contenders in this Big 12 race. It's a 10-0 lead over Arizona State at the break. Lowell Galindo here with Aaron Murray. Now, we all know the situation at this point for Arizona State. No Jordan Tyson. That's the most dominant receiver in the Big 12, maybe in college football. Sam Leavitt was knocked out of the game on the first drive. He came back. When you're down those weapons, you need to find a way to make something happen. Tough when your average starting field position is your own 16-yard line.
Well, it's also tough, too, and the offensive line's just not getting it done right now. Houston defensively is getting after the quarterback. They're stopping the run and really not giving Sam the ability to get the ball vertically down the field. And just watch this defensive line. They're doing it with 3 defensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen. They're not bringing exotic 5-, 6-man pressures. Really, Eddie Walls with 2 sacks here in the first half has been terrific, and then the turnover, ball just slips right out of the quarterback hand, Sam Leavitt, and it's just been a lot of that, though. Number 10 on his back, not a lot of time to find some young receivers, inexperienced receivers down the field. So goal number 1 for Arizona State, protect the quarterback, get that run game going.
And here's tonight's Coca-Cola game track. Both teams win the same way, TOP and no turnovers. Houston has the edge in time of possession, and they've got 1 takeaway as well. Arizona State will open up with it. Darren Hamilton dancing and trying to create something to the 20, still going, and the kicker forces him out shy of the 30-yard line. Zach Yoakum, yes, related to the great Dwight Yoakam, comes up to make that stop. So what will the Arizona State offense look like in the second half? Sam Leavitt trying to get something going. Malik McClain, 3 catches, 71 yards in the first half. 2 explosive plays in there. But other than that, it has not been consistent. There was a flag that is a hold against Arizona State, so it moves them back to the 10-yard line. Again, the average starting field position to open the game to 16.
Boy, and it's on the Houston coaching staff. That's their goal, man. They want a team to drive the ball down the field. Don't give up explosives. Right now, this Arizona State needs an explosive play.
162 total yards, and not enough happening on the ground. That's carry number 8 for Raleek Brown, who comes into this game second to L.J. Martin in rushing yards in the Big 12. He's also the 2nd leading receiver in terms of catches. And no Jordan Tyson tonight.
I love to find a way. Can you get 3 the ball in space, whether it's a runner or moving him out like this? See if you can find a matchup with him, because he is dangerous in the open field.
The exotic looks have been problematic for the ASU offensive line. Leavitt thought about taking a shot. Instead, he takes his shot from Latrell McCutcheon. And McCutcheon with bad intentions on that hit on Leavitt.
And this is going to be interesting in the second half right now is Sam Leavitt and his willingness to stay in the pocket, because he had a receiver open down the field and he was looking at him but did not have the patience to throw the football on the comeback route to the field. Instead, turns and runs the football. So a mixture of not trusting the offensive line and his receivers there.
Knocked out of the game on the first drive. Quick trip to the medical tent, then the locker room. Lauren Sisler reporting he was favoring his right arm. Returned after missing a drive with Jeff Sims filling in. 3rd down, Leavitt, and it's broken up. Latrell McCutcheon is a bad dude. A starting corner at 3 different Power 4 programs. Oklahoma, USC, and now Houston.
And it's just pressure playing man-to-man across the board. And just 0 respect for the skill of Arizona State. And a nice job getting that hand in there to knock it away is McCutcheon.
3 3-and-outs for Arizona State, leading to the 4th punt by the Sun Devils. McCutcheon calls for the fair catch on the 42-yard line. Let's check in with Lauren Sisler from the field.
Yeah, guys, talking to Coach Dillingham coming out of the locker room, he said, look, the vibe right now really is 50-50. The biggest thing is they're winning on third down and they're winning in the red zone, and that's been a big problem for us. We've got to change that. And I asked him about Sam Levitt, what his status was when he went into the locker room in the first half, and he said he didn't want to comment on what the actual injury was, but he said they wanted to check him out, to be cautious about it, and he's good to go now. They just need to turn things up here in the second half.
Has never lost a game in Tempe as a starting quarterback for Arizona State. 10-0. Connor Wigman has become a star in year number 1 back in his hometown in Houston. Wigman rolls, thrown on the run. He's got his tight end, Tanner Koziel, hopping his way to the 25-yard line. Former first team, second team, and third team All-MAC performer. Now one of the most lethal tight ends in the Big 12.
And beautiful design, cover 3. You're going to get a clear out route on the outside by the post, and then the wheel route to take that vacant area from the corner out. A nice throw from the quarterback.
Wigman looking back to Dean Connors. Now will run, throws late. Amari Thomas making some moves to the 21-yard line.
We touched about this in the first quarter when it comes to Connor, but just playing with so much confidence this season and in this ball game. I mean, throwing the football, putting it up, letting his playmakers make plays, something we did not see him do consistently at A&M. He's now doing that here at Houston.
Seems like he's really found a head coach that gets him. Willie Fritz, who coached his dad when he was a linebacker at Sam Houston State back in 1991. Movement on the left side of the Houston offensive line.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Something to keep track of. That was an issue on the opening drive for Houston. Yep. Set up with the 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Had a false start, backed him up, had to settle for a field goal on the opening drive. And there is Willie Fritz. Man knows how to win football. Took him 31 years to get a shot to be a head coach on the Power 4 level. Oh, Wigman. Wigman to the 15-yard line. 3 explosive runs tonight for Connor Wigman. That is becoming part of his game.
And once again, it's just so tough for a defense because it's not unknown quarterback running downs.
Connors moving those feet. And this is where Connor Wigman is at his best. In the red zone, has not taken a sack, has not thrown an interception all season from the 20 in.
And I know this is just beginning of the third quarter, but based on the way that ASU has played offensively and Houston defensively, this is a big possession to go up 3 scores right now if you can put the ball in the end zone for a touchdown compared to if you just settle for a field goal and keep it a 2-possession game. So really critical next couple minutes right now for this offense and defense.
2-back look. DJ Butler in there. Butler gets the carry. Connors, a devastating block on the left side to spring DJ Butler. He does a little bit of everything, does Dean Connors. Smart guy, too, transfer from Rice.
This is a major block by 44. Keep your eyes on him. You're going to get a blitzing nickel, and he just takes out Montana Warren. Montana's trying to blow up the run play in the backfield. Instead, 44 doing his thing.
Grew up on a ranch in Oregon. He's a tough dude. Moving into the student section. Wigman to the tight end. Got him. Little toe tap and a touchdown for Tanner Koziel.
And they continue to play 2 high safeties, leaving the middle of the field wide open. And when you have your best receiver as the 3rd receiver in the slot, look at all this space. Does a little out and up, and there's no middle safety. There's no one there. And the ball placement low is absolutely perfect. We always teach back in the end zone, the ball's got to be high to your 6, 7 tight end. What a stud. And a beautiful drive and a beautiful touchdown pass to get that 3-score lead.
Wigman started this game 1 of 3. 16 yards. He got going with that 50-yard career-high scamper on the opening drive. Since that 1-for-3 start, how about 10 for 10 and 112 yards?
Ooh, hey, listen, I'll go 10 for 10 if I got a 6'7" tight end finding ways to get open down the field. Connor Wickman had himself a ball game.
This is the Big 12 on ESPN. The Houston Cougars trying to stay undefeated on the road this season. This is why this game is so important. Top 5 of the Big 12 standings, BYU, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, all winners today. Cincy and the Cougars of BYU, the undefeated teams. Texas Tech, the other team, along with these two, with one loss in Big 12 play. Zubin. Well, Sam Levitt with the record pass attempt. That's now 158 consecutive pass attempts without an interception, breaking Jaden Daniels' school record for the longest streak in a season in Sun Devils history. Congratulations to Sam Levitt. He is dueling with a transfer from Texas A&M that was beat out by Marcel Reed and Connor Wigman. Corey Platt, who followed Willie Fritz from Tulane, makes the stop to set up third down. Platt has missed the previous 2 years with 2 different torn Achilles, and he is back and strong making that stop.
All right, who's going to be the difference maker right now for this offense? Someone needs to ignite them, and you got to stay on the field, put a drive together. Who is it going to be? Let's see if these tight ends can somehow get involved with the game plan.
There is one in motion in Mateer. Levitt, complete to Harpool. The tight end running the sideline and then looking for some action. First down, Cameron Harpool. Half of his catches of the season came last week. 4 against Texas Tech.
Yeah, we've been waiting to see these tight ends. They like both of them. We talk about them being in 12 personnel, 2 tight end formations. Very athletic guys, can create, and that's when you need them third and short. Big bodies can run those crossing routes and get open.
Arizona State has been comfortable in this position. Already a 17-point comeback against TCU. Jaron Hamilton popped, makes the catch, and Turbo gets up moving the chains. Sun Devils now starting to cook.
Yeah, they need these players right now to kind of get their defense off the field, get some excitement, start working into this 17-0 lead. But look at this route. Shaves it off, gets in front of the safety to protect the ball and his quarterback on the throw.
49% of the targets on the year for Arizona State to Jordan Tyson. Only Eli Heidenreich from Navy with a higher percentage of his team's targets. No Tyson tonight. Where does Levitt go? Felt the pressure. Houdini gets away. 2 more times, throwing it up over the head of Raleigh Brown. That was almost SportsCenter top 10.
That was about to be sweet. I thought as soon as he let it go, it was going to be a completion because he had enough little up and over the defender to find his running back. But this is what he can do, man. Playmaking ability. We've shown this offense line has struggled to protect during the first part of this game, but making guys fall, buying enough time, just unable to make the throw afterwards.
What he did to Carlos Allen, 6'1", 295, that's
not nice.
That's unfair, man. Second down for Levitt. Soft hands, and complete by Jaron Hamilton. Catch number 3 for him. Excuse me, Jalen Moss with only his 3rd catch of the year, and his first from Levitt. The previous 2 were from Sims. 3rd and 2, here we go. 4-down territory, certainly at this point for the Sun Devils. Raleigh Brown, oh, the cut! Tripped up, down at the 20. He was feeling the end zone.
Yeah, I think he tripped over his own guy, too. Tripped over one of the offensive lineman ball. Oh, that was a possible house call for number 3. Let's take another replay of this one. He sees the cut, bam, puts the foot in the ground. And I think right now, Chad just touches the foot of his offensive lineman.
Levitt with the roll, back to the middle of the field. I only need one hand. My name is Shimon Mateer.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 players were in motion prior to the snap.
Shimon
5-yard
Mateer
penalty.
is
First
the
down.
only player outside of Jordan Tyson with the touchdown, and he only has 1 this year. But they're walking it back. I did not see a flag.
I didn't either. I don't know what the call is either. I don't know if it was, maybe he was covered up, an illegal man down the field because the receiver was covering him up to his side.
So they're calling an illegal shift.
Oh.
I didn't see a flag. I didn't see or hear an announcement. And this fan base, understandably frustrated. Sam Levitt telling the fans to be quiet and focus on the next play. Kanye Udo Now the running back, and what a read by Zelmar Vetter.
All right, let's try and diagnose exactly what went on this last play. I thought it was beautifully executed. Let's see, everyone's lined up. Tight end is not covered down at that number 3 receiver connected to the right tackle. Yeah, 2 players moving up top. You see the motion in the receiver that had nothing to do with the play, flinches.
A race, an amazing touchdown from Mateo. 4-man rush. Levitt nearly picked off. That was thrown behind Harpole. And Mark Stampley, who's a fantastic corner at Georgia Southern, nearly jumped it and got it.
I think right now for Sam Levitt, the playmaker, it's 3rd and long. We're frustrated. You are frustrated because of what just happened. A missed opportunity for a touchdown. But protect the football right now and understand you can get some points, knock this down to a 2-possession game. Don't try to be a superhero and get knocked down. Watch Houston right now. This is when they want to bring pressure. See if they can push him back and make the field goal even more difficult.
Here comes a safety blitz. Picked up in traffic and incomplete. Looking for Mateo. Arizona State wants a flag. They won't get it. Now, from the student section, there's a lot of yellow coming out on the field, but those are just yellow towels. What do you think?
No, I think it's a good call. No call there. Nice defense. And the fans are a little upset, but they didn't see the same replays we did where there was 2 men moving, unfortunately.
Jesus Gomez lining up 42 yards out. His first attempt, it was a high snap. He pushed it to the right. His second attempt is up and also off the mark. Jesus Gomez has been nails this season. Coming off a 4-for-4 performance in the win against Texas Tech. Just cannot find it here. Still nothing on the board for Arizona State. 17-0 Houston leads Arizona State. It looked like the Sun Devils had the breakthrough one-handed touchdown from Shimon Mateer. Walk me through this penalty.
I watched both receivers move. Slot receiver is going to go in motion, but on the outside, Jaron Hamilton flinches as well as he goes to move. You see both, a little miscommunication. And the unfortunate part is Hamilton had nothing to do with the play.
8th penalty for Arizona State. They average 7 per game, 15th in the Big 12. Wigman, Amari Thomas showing the wheels, and Thomas with a first down pickup right off the bat. 5th most receiving yards in the Big 12, 510 coming into this game.
And look at the big tight end, just made a couple big time catches. Blocking now, Guzila one-on-one helping spring the nice completion down the field.
And a bad snap, but fortunately for Houston, there's a flag to bail them out, stave off potential disaster.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, tomorrow at 10 a.m. on ESPN, before Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers play the Packers, Sunday NFL Countdown looks at what the reunion means for him in Green Bay, plus live coverage from Philly before the Giants-Eagles NFC East showdown and Randy's best catches of the week, and you got mossed. This is a Houston squad trying to announce their presence in this Big 12 race. 2 of the top 5 in the Big 12 standings going at it here. Connor Wigman, he's been sensational. Koziel, the tight end, lowers his shoulder. The top tight end, receiver, and running back for the Cougars, all transfers from programs that combined to go 10 and 26 last season. Meanwhile, all the coaches that they played for last season have been fired as well. So they found the perfect landing spot here with Willie Fritz.
Yeah, making impact plays after impact plays. And for Houston, though, the big thing is, who have they played to start the season on? This is their real big test right now in the middle of the season. They're answering a lot of questions right now.
Wigman run all the way and takes it to the 45-yard line. Let's check in with Lauren.
Hey guys, that last drive, quarterbacks coach Sean Bell brought his entire offense together. He said, listen up guys, TCU was up 17-0 in the same stadium. ASU came back and won it. We cannot let them back in this football game. No matter what, we have got to score.
Well, best way to keep that from happening, don't let them have a football back. 3rd and 1, Houston trying to play keep away. Oh, behind the back, flipping it out to Koziel on the perimeter. What a design, old school I form, and Connor Wigman sold it beautifully.
Well, everyone's thinking run, and then you're gonna get Koziel that's gonna block and then release late to the flat. It was kind of a, hey, play action, look for a shot down the field to Amari Thomas. It's not there, and then all of a sudden, another big-time play for number 9 in a critical situation. Look at the play action, sneaky.
13 straight completions for Wigman, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. Dean Connors spinning and dropped at the 36-yard line. Keith Abney with the tackle. Dean Connors, you got to watch him to appreciate how good he actually is. Don't let that mini neck roll in the number 44 fool you. He's been clocked at 21.3 miles per hour. That is the fastest on this Houston team.
I love the neck roll. Look at that little mini thing, it's so cute.
Sometimes he wears gloves, sometimes he doesn't. Has an amazing one-handed catch against Oklahoma State on the highlight reel as well. Wigman, back shoulder, Jim, and hauled in by Jaquise Martin. Martin comes up with his 2nd catch, not of the game, of the year.
Look at the back shoulder fade to a true freshman, 2nd catch, and the big difference between these two teams, Houston finding a way to get a lot of playmakers involved that have not been involved too much this season.
Martin out of Rudder High School in Bryan, Texas, the sister city of College Station, where Connor Wigman started his career. From the 15, on the ground, a crease right side, and DJ Butler with the tough run to the 10-yard line.
This is just a Houston-type possession right now. Move the ball, nice little completions, running it, and that clock just continues to tick, 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 tick. And that's the number one thing on their side right now, up 3 scores. Let's continue to melt away the time in this game.
Known for the long drives that break your will to keep fighting. Houston with another one. Wigman, and he was looking for the 6'7" tight end, and he is able to draw a PI. He was being held up there by Gus Rouser.
I just don't know what you do. It is such a tough ask for any defender to match up with a 6'7", essentially power forward that's playing the tight end position.
There is no foul for pass interference. Second down.
Are they going to say uncatchable? Because Cozio would say, remember, I'm 6'7".
Yeah, I can jump up there and get it. I mean, I would continue to find ways just to
Correction.
throw the ball
Third down.
at him and just see who's gonna match up. Are you gonna put 2 defenders on him? And I think that's what you have to do defensively. You have to be physical with him at the line of scrimmage and then have presence over the top.
3rd and 5, student section, what you say? Here comes pressure. Wigman reads it, line of contact, and that will be an undoubted PI. Harvey Broussard and Keith Abney scraping. Oh, we got a bottle on the field from the student section. They've been frustrated with the officiating.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. Ball, that foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
It looked pretty clear to me that it's a pass interference, and we'll get a couple of views at this one-on-one. Of those two battling on the fade. You see all the grabbing there.
Now we got bottles. Now we got bottles and all sorts of debris. Not a good look, guys. Come on now. Arizona State was already fined $50,000 a week ago after that student section stormed the field, deservedly so, after the win against Texas Tech. And look, I know they're frustrated. Kenny Dillingham saying, cool it. He gets it, grew up here in the Phoenix area, coming to games to watch Arizona State before he graduated. This is his proud alma mater.
Yeah, but there's no room for that. Throwing bottles on the field, never any. And I know there's some frustration with some of the calls, no doubt about it.
Well, it was this situation on the second drive of the game where the ball was inside the 2-yard line. Wigman tried to sneak for the touchdown. The ball was stripped. Arizona State recovered, but Arizona State was called for 2 penalties. They were called for an offsides foul and then a personal foul in the aftermath. Houston would then punch it in after that. The touchdown also erased after that one-handed catch by Shimon Mateer, so I get the frustration. We just got to keep it in check here. Connor Wigman, no stranger to punching it in from short distance. Coming into the week, only Bachmeier and Beck with more rushing touchdowns among Big 12 quarterbacks. And it's going to be Wigman into the end zone. No. Spotted inside the 1 and a flag. This is going to go against Houston.
Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And the really big issue with Houston in this ball game has been that offensive line in the full starts, not being able to hold their water. Second time inside the 5-yard line, but a flag is being thrown, and they got to back up 5 yards.
Frustration on the face of Willie Fritz, and it's right up there from Jason Brooks, 73.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hide with that one at 6'4", 315. Where's Waldo? Where's number 9?
In the slot, left side of the formation, top of your screen. Koziel will be the lead blocker. Wigman had his team rocked, falling into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown of the night. Connor Wigman is a bad dude.
Uh-oh, more bottles on the field again, and listen, that ain't the ref's fault there. That's the defense, and just Wigman being Wigman, running the football. That's it. So tough to score inside the red zone. But if you get a quarterback that can run it, it just adds another offensive weapon, and I think he's going to be a hair bit short, Lowell. I don't know if that ball crossed the line. It'd be about on the half-yard line there when the body goes down.
So still lining up for the extra point.
The touchdown is under further review.
From that angle, it does look like he falls in with the football.
Yeah, but I think he's down first, though, before the ball crosses the line.
We'll sort this out and see if it is a Wigman touchdown on the other side of this break. while you were away, we got the official announcement. It was not a Wigman touchdown. He was stopped shy of the goal line. However, there was targeting on the play by number 4, Miles Ghost Rouser. So he has been ejected from this game. Will also be out the first half of the game coming up with Iowa State.
Yeah, clearly helmet-to-helmet contact there to Connor Wegman, and Rouser just such an impact player defensively. We've seen him all first half. He was our impact player heading into this game, and now will be out the rest of this one. Like you alluded to, half of their next game as well.
So this is inside the 1-yard line. Willie Fritz will have to try to find another way to get this one in, but chances are it's probably more power with Connor Wigman. Before he ran wild last week in the win against Arizona, these were the situations where it typically was number 1 running the football. 3rd down and red zone. But lining up in the I formation here. Dean Connors, the deep back. It is Wigman shaking his way into the end zone. And that is now officially the 2nd rushing touchdown of the night with a Big 12 Player of the Week. Statement made, Connor Wigman.
I mean, it's been back-to-back weeks where this man has been unstoppable, really, and just been so impressive throwing the football. We go back to the Oklahoma State game a couple weeks ago as well, was terrific, really pushed the ball vertically down the field. His running ability was on display. Right now, it's been a little mixture of everything, throwing it, running it. Been near perfect here on the road against Arizona State.
Take a listen to this crowd. That's silence.
Frustration. I mean, this is a home crowd. 10 consecutive wins here in the stadium, showing up, believing, and a lot of frustrations. They look up and they still have no points on offense.
Well, let's take a look at our Harbor Freight college football headlines. Huge day in the Big 12. There's not a lot of wiggle room in the top 5. BYU remains perfect. Bear Bachmeier is growing as a quarterback every week. He's now one of the upper echelon in the Big 12. True freshman, 307 through the air, 2 touchdowns. Cincinnati still rolling. Sorsby deserves to get more Heisman buzz. And then Texas Tech shutting out Oklahoma State. However, in that game, they lost Will Hammond, their backup quarterback, with a leg injury. So we'll have to see what all of that means as they're waiting to get Baron Morton back.
I'll tell you what, Cincinnati, though, man, what a team this year. Not a lot of people are watching or seeing what they're doing, but as we get later on this season, they're going to know that this team is legit.
Willie Fritz is saying the same thing about his club.
Oh, yeah.
We're just flying under the radar. He was an under-the-radar pick, considered a safe pick when Houston made him the head coach before last season, and it was not a good year for the Houston Cougars. I saw them in action. They looked downright bad, but they were able to hit the transfer portal. And the words of Willie Fritz, he said he fostered and cultivated this culture in a microwave. There wasn't time for a slow burn. Picked up Connor Wigman, Koziel, Connors, Thomas, all in the transfer portal. He says he wouldn't have been able to do that 20 years ago when he was coaching. He can now, and this is a legit threat in the Big 12 race. Swing pass from Levitt. Brown making a man miss, open field, tightrope down the sideline. Explosiveness by Raleek Brown.
Well, anymore of that. If you can't run the ball between the tackles, your offensive line not getting it done. 3 needs touches, screens, swing routes. He's special with the ball in his hands.
Playing without Jordan Tyson. They got Levitt. Levitt! Deep shot! Caught! And out! It's going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jaron Hamilton. That was a target twice on those same type of plays last week against Texas Tech, except he held on.
I don't think you understand how good of a throw that ball was. I mean, this is stuff that you do on your pro day when you're not getting rushed and you're not wearing shoulder pads and a helmet. We showed some highlights to start the game of things he's done. That right there is a Wow, wow, wow throw.
They consider Will James one of the best on the team in forcing fumbles. He used that same ability to force that one out for the incompletion. Trying to shake and bake. Jalen Moss, his second catch of the night. So he's doubled up his season total tonight alone. That's now 4 for the year. Transfer from Fresno State. Arizona State still fighting with some urgency here. Levitt is going to be dropped for a sack. Brandon Mack, playing in his 7th season of college football, extending his team lead now with 4 sacks on the year.
And that guy just gets better and better and better, really developing into an every down rusher. And you saw it right there to end the quarter.
3rd time Houston has shut out an opponent through 3 quarters on the road in the last 20 seasons. It's a shutout, 24-0. Taking a look at the diehards, the Taco Bell Live Moss student section, and a couple of bananas. Only one student section can claim the title of Live Moss Student Section of the Year. Who will take home the trophy this year. It's been a tough go, but this student section has been awesome. Showed up early. They were loud. Under Kenny Dillingham, who was a student here at Arizona State, getting about 10,000 plus in the student section for every game. There's Malik McClain. He has really picked up some slack without Jordan Tyson. 5 catches tonight.
Yeah, he's looked good. I'll tell you what, he's been impressive. Now he's getting more of an opportunity. And Sam Levitt finding his big 6'5" receiver.
Levitt batted down, and yeah, the eyes were up from number 36, Jalen Garner. He may have scooped that up and rolled the other way for a pick 6. Eddie Wall's got the big mitts on it for the breakup. 4th and 5, this is go mode, no doubt.
No, 100% this is go mode. So if you get McClain matched up one-on-one on the backside, he's been the go-to guy.
Only 3 teams with more successful 4th down conversions on the year than the Sun Devils. Levitt, open man! Malik McClain with the coming out party. The 5th-year senior has never been this good.
Well, we just said it, you match him up one-on-one. He's been the go-to guy in the ball game, 6'5", and he just wins off the line of scrimmage, one-on-one. Bam, gets a little stutter, stacks, and a beautifully thrown ball as Sam Levitt was once again pressured from this defense, stands in there and delivers a dart.
Looking for the end zone. Levitt finds it, corner of the end zone, in Cameron Harpole with the first touchdown of his career. A 5th-year senior finding pay dirt for the first time. That's poetry.
It's a little combination route. I call it a star concept. You have a flat defender, a sit-down route in the corner. You're gonna read the corner. If the corner sits, watch 15. He sits on the out route, and you know you can go up and over the top for the touchdown. Nice design and a great throw and read from Sam Levitt.
Harpole played 246 snaps on special teams last year, 4th most in the Big 12. And now in there for this 2-point conversion attempt. Levitt, a mad dash. Looking like Jake the Snake, trying to turn the corner, jumping and throwing, but incomplete. Keeping the score at 24-6, but the moment for Cameron Harpole, a guy that's just been grinding on special teams, finally gets his moment and finally has a touchdown on his resume. Tuesday night, it's the third annual Frozen Frenzy. All 32 teams taking the ice. ESPN with a triple header starting at 6 Eastern with the Penguins Flyers. Whip-around coverage of every game also starts at 6 Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN+. Onside kick look here for Arizona State. Karsten Kiefer, the onside specialist. Going to the left side, and Houston initially pounced on it. And it will be Houston football. How about that? Looked like it was going right side and coming back the other way. As special team star Makai Muse, the usual return man for the Cougars, gets on it.
A little trickery there from the kicker, and nice job. That ball just kind of sat there, and Makai Muse, the former Georgia Bulldog, coming up to get the ball back for the Cougars.
13:56 left. Arizona State just found the end zone. Went for two, did not get it. Houston scored 10 points on the opening 2 drives, then went cold, but Wigman has been a star in the second half. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. Dean Connors still looking for that breakthrough run. It's been tough for him to the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at our AutoZone drive recap, and this is why Arizona State is frustrated. The second drive of the game. Well, we'll be able to get that to you in just a moment, but until then, we got a game summary here as Houston held Arizona State scoreless through 3 quarters. Levitt playing without Jordan Tyson, 220 yards. And Arizona State with a controversial lost fumble that we'll get into. Here's the pitch to Dean Connors, and it's a TFL. So now we'll go with the AutoZone drive recap. This is the second drive of the game. It's first and goal inside the 1. Connor Wigman keeps. The ball is forced out. Arizona State recovers, but it's called for offsides. Houston would punch it in. Here it's ruled a fumble on the field. They reviewed it, looked like Levitt's hand was coming forward. Call is upheld, turnover, and then this beauty of a one-handed catch was a touchdown erased after an illegal shift. And that is a shot to Broussard, incomplete, which will set up 4th down.
Yeah, it's just been a game of just missed opportunities for Arizona State. Penalties, turnover, time of possession, 2 categories we thought were both coaching. I mean, both said it independently that time of possession and turnovers were going to be the factor in this game because both these teams are very similar. Want to play good defense, keep everything in front, limit explosive plays, and then protect the football on the offensive side. And they've done that this year, both these squads. Who is going to do it better? And it's been Houston through the first 3 quarters of the game.
Punt is off. And this is going to sail into the end zone. Fine effort by Latrell McCutcheon. So Arizona State will bring it out from the 20. Well, this week's college football rankings are brought to you by Prudential. Alabama survived a scare at South Carolina. Interesting into that game with South Carolina allowing Alabama to score late. You're really impressed by what Texas A&M is doing in Baton Rouge.
Right? Because the Tigers, to get rid of Brian Kelly, embarrassing loss going on right there in their home state. A&M's for real, man. Both sides of the football. Been really impressed with Marcel Reed this season. Oregon a little bit slow. Georgia Tech, man. Georgia Tech, that is a good football team. Haynes King is an absolute stud.
Levitt back against the wall. This is where he is at his finest. He calms down in the motion. Felt the pressure, wide open! And it just did not get to Zachariah Sample in time. Sample was running free, but Jordan Allen booked it to make the recovery.
Yeah, he was open for about 5 seconds down the field. No one's covered number 87. He's just waiting, has to come back for the football. Still would have loved to see him catch it. Went right through his hands.
I mean, I don't know if Levitt can throw the ball farther than what he did in that situation.
Yeah, you need Josh Allen to throw it a little bit far. That's about it.
He's got a fine arm, but not a cannon attached to him. 2nd and 10 now for Levitt, undefeated here in Tempe. Mateer with the catch. They're not taking that one away from him to the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 2-minute drive the rest of the way for Arizona State. Let's get to the line of scrimmage and try and snap it as fast as you can. They need to continue to get chunk plays.
Quick strike. Open field stop made after the catch by Jalen Moss, his 3rd. They're saying incomplete. So it is Will James. Great night for James, breaking that one up.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with all the defensive backs for Houston. James, Vendors made some really terrific plays on 3rd down. McCutcheon as well. It has been a performance. And they've been playing some tight man-to-man coverage, saying who's going to beat us without Jordan Tyson. And they've been dominant on the back end.
Man Robinson, spelling Raleek Brown. We've seen him sparingly with Kanye Udo. Levitt rolls, open man, caught to the 40. Malik McClain making a name for himself.
I think the one thing you can take away from this game, there's still a lot to go and who knows what's going to happen, but you are starting to see these receivers mature, making plays. Now all of a sudden, the second half of the season, you're going to have some more playmakers besides just Jordan Tyson.
Levitt with pressure, cool customer, feathery touch through the midst of Jaron Hamilton. Gotta pick it up with no Jordan Tyson for this ASU receiving corps.
A perfectly, I like the word, would you use feathery?
Feathery.
Oh, man, I just, oh.
Gotta have it, right?
Yes, yes, make the catch. If that's 0, it's a touchdown.
Meanwhile, McClain, 7 catches, 159. There's Tyson. All he can do is watch and try to get that hammy right. Pressured by 36, Jalen Garner.
He's such a difference maker. I can attest to this. I remember my freshman year, A.J. Green was suspended for 4 games. We went 1-3 those 4 games. A.J. came back. We started winning a lot more games, okay? When you got a dude like that, changes everything.
And the thing is, there's not a number 2 behind Jordan Tyson. He has 57 catches, the 2nd leading receiver at the wide receiver position, entered with 7 catches, 50 less on the year. In traffic, Mateer tried the one-handed again, and it's 4th down. And the field goal team's gonna come out here.
And look at Levitt, got some blood on that left elbow and just gets smacked once again. An unblocked defender comes in scot-free. Glass, number 25. An absolute warrior, but man, he's been taking some shots.
I mean, this is the Utah game. Foot was in a boot. Had a few huge hits in the win against Texas Tech. Now this is going to be Jesus Gomez, 47 yards. He's missed twice so far tonight after the 4-for-4 performance against Tech. And that is through and good. Jesus Salvador Gomez Juarez makes the kick, and it's 24-9.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Geico Switch and Save. Get more with Geico.
The last home loss for Arizona State, November 25th, 2023 against Arizona. 10 straight wins since then. Kenny Dillingham has his program rolling, still alive here with 11:26 left. For 20 years, All-State has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you, All-State.
He'll be wearing number 47.
Arizona State thinking about a couple of miscues on the opening drive. A missed field goal. A drive in which Sam Levitt was knocked out of the game momentarily. Another missed field goal to make it 0 for 2 until that third finally found the center of the uprights. Dean Connors to the 22-yard line. A difference maker here for Houston, though. 6'7", 250, Tanner Koziel.
I love the tight end position, man. It has become such an impact position in the NFL and in college and high school. You find these basketball-type bodies, 6'6", 6'7", can go up there and utilize it to make some plays on the outside. He is a special, special talent, one of the best tight ends in the country, and he's been on full display this evening in a lot of confidence from his quarterback, Wigman, throwing him the football.
43 catches on the year, the most by a Cougars tight end since Mark Hafner in 2008. And a whistle. And what a pickup by Willie Fritz in the transfer portal. It's not like Koziel was a big name when they got him.
The clock is correct. First up.
I mean, if you were watching Maction, you know what Tanner Koziel was all about. He spent the spring at Wisconsin before deciding to come here to play for the University of Houston. Cougars looking for one of those long, back-breaking drives. Connor Wigman, he's going to need the cold tub after this one. Tough game for him in a positive way, showing the toughness. I
and right now, I think you need to start thinking about protecting your quarterback. You're going to be asking him to run a lot the rest of the season. You look at the matchups they have going forward, and you're going to need him to be healthy because he is a dynamic playmaker, and this team is going to be in the thick of this Big 12 run to the championship game.
Arizona State defensive coordinator Brian Ward says he's been around the game a long time. He feels like there's more straight quarterback runs than he's ever seen because the pressure to win now. Wigman in wing now mode and almost broke it against the first down.
It's funny, talking with Slade Nagel, the offensive coordinator for Houston this week, the one thing that he told us too was, I knew he was an athlete, but I didn't know he was this athletic running the football. Like, first couple of games, seeing him make some plays with his legs, nice blocking up front, but then the power too, the strength to run through defenders. We saw it in the 50-yard run in the first quarter. We saw it there as well. He's strong in that lower half.
First career 100-yard rushing game for the former #1 pocket passing quarterback prospect in the ESPN 300. And will pick up 1 yard. Houston and Arizona State. Cougars right outside the top 25. Sun Devils up to 24. They dropped out after their loss 2 weeks ago against Utah. Then responded, beat Texas Tech here in Tempe. This game is so important because you have 5 teams really vying for the Big 12 title at this point. Texas Tech, 1 loss in conference play, along with Houston and Arizona State. All those teams chasing BYU and Cincinnati, both winners today to remain undefeated in conference play. Low snap, Wigman recovers, Connors rocked, doesn't care because he is one. First down, Dean Connors.
What is that, 3 or 4 in this game where these receivers and running backs, tight ends, know that contact is coming and they're willing to catch it, take that contact, and hold on to the football. We'll see what the penalty is.
during the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 95. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
So that's against Justin Watley, the fifth-year senior out of Cleveland. So you're looking at number 95 in black, so he is being corralled there by Matthew Whitecroft, and then comes up
the game clock to 9-12,
some fisticuffs.
9-1-2.
It goes a little right, left, a little uppercut, then jab.
Like our pregame routine.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
But we can do that up here in the booth, not there on the field. And there's frustration. Arizona State have had to manage a lot of adversity this season. Tough games. Mississippi State, a close loss. The comeback against TCU. Baylor. And taking down Texas Tech. Also dealing with injuries. No Jordan Tyson tonight. Sam Levitt, the quarterback, clearly not 100%. Wigman, though, is just saying, get on my back and these broad shoulders. I will carry you to victory. Elijah O'Neal got the stop. Willie Fritz coached his dad, who was a linebacker back at Sam Houston State in 1991. And you talk about an old school approach. Willie Fritz has made his team embrace it. He says he still coaches this team as tough as he did with his teams 20 to 25 years ago, which is lost in this era of college football.
It is lost. Coaches are scared to coach that way in this new era.
Stiff arm, Wigman falls, dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Blazin Lano Wong makes a tackle.
Well, you got to be aggressive right now, and you're seeing an all-out cover zero blitz in that previous play. I expect the same thing right now. You need to push them out of field goal range. A field goal turns this into a 3-possession game. They want to keep it at this 15 points, so ultra aggressive, sell out if you're the ASU defense right here.
Houston has not gone for it on 4th down. They hope they don't have to. 3rd and 10. Wigman one-on-one, taking advantage, some contact and a flag. Rodney Bimage was trying to run with Kobe Young. And this would be the 12th penalty of the night for Arizona State.
All right, it's an all-out blitz, cover zero, one-on-one. Take your shot down the field.
There are fouls by both teams. Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 79. Pass interference, defense. That penalty, those penalties will offset when we play 3rd down.
Offsetting penalties. Let's do it again. Here's the first one in that one-on-one. Bimage called for the PI.
A lot of hand grabbing. You see just receivers unable to really make a play on the ball because of the PI pass interference defensively, but we'll run it back and try it again here. Look at all the pressure they're bringing, cover zero.
Wigman run all the way, gobbled up, dropped for a loss. And Elijah O'Neal, he's been lights out the past 2 games, comes up with the TFL, 4th down.
That's a big play. Let's not forget, it's a 2-possession game. Right now, 15 points.
7-21.
Make this a difficult situation. Do you go for it? Kind of in no man's land. Do you try the long field goal? And if you miss it, then all of a sudden Arizona State has great field position. Far from over here in Tempe.
So Houston scored on their opening 2 drives, a field goal on the opening drive, a touchdown, albeit a controversial one on the second, in which Wigman was stripped inside the 1. The call was overturned, though, after it was deemed that Arizona State was offsides. It set up another Wigman chance for a touchdown. That made it 10-0. Houston then opened up this second half with touchdown drives on their opening 2 possessions. They have not scored since, so a 24-0 lead is now a 24-9. And on 4th and 13, Connor Wigman will stay out with his offense.
That's a long field goal. I don't know how much you gain by trying to punt the football in case it is a touchback. So
is this a pooch punt or just...
maybe you try and see if you can get him offsides, get 5 yards, and then kick the field goal possibly.
Nope. Oh, they want it. Wigman way short at the 30 to Harvey Broussard. Makes some sense of that to me.
You don't feel like you're going to gain a lot by punting the football. Maybe you get it offsides, maybe you get a first down, but still just say, hey, listen, we're up by 2 scores. They have to now drive 70 yards to score a touchdown and then have to score again.
Trying to hold on. And the final 7:15. If Willie Fritz and Houston does, it would be a 7-1 start overall. Would get them into the top 25. As Jeff Sims now checks in at quarterback. We saw him on the opening drive after Sam Levitt was hurt. Went to the medical tent, then went to the locker room. Sims will roll and throw to Raleek Brown, the second leading receiver, although he's a running back. Playing tonight without Jordan Tyson, his 57 catches, by far the most on this Arizona State team.
Yeah, we're looking at Sam Levitt right now, and coming off the sideline after last possession, I mean, he's been beat up, had some blood on that elbow. It's been a long evening for him, so just don't know where he's at physically right now in this ball game.
4-man rush with a little stunt inside, open receiver, low throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Malik McClain, who's been the breakout star for the Sun Devils receivers room.
That's just a tough position to ask a quarterback to come in here. That's a big boy throw, dagger route to the field. Been sitting on the bench for about 2 quarters now. Got to find a way to get Jeff Sims warmed up, because guess what? It is still, once again, a 2-possession game.
Sims got the start 2 weeks ago when Levitt was in a boot in sloppy conditions at Utah. Uh-oh, this guy's a burner. Brown to the sideline, still waiting for that home run punch. The second fastest running back in the Big 12 and the most elusive in the conference, picks up 22. Max speed of 21.7 miles per hour. Only Abu Sama at Iowa State faster at 21.8. Sims in desperation mode, complete. It looked like it was good for the first down to Derek Eusebio, former walk-on, who walks into this game as the second leading receiver from the receiver position with 7 catches on the season. Under 6, Sims dropped. Eddie Walls the third with 3 sacks tonight.
It's just one-on-one, man, and that guy is a nightmare to block this evening with his 3rd sack. Just destroys the left guard and gets in there. Number 90, watch him, just bam, get off me.
Sims to the air and read nicely by Zelmar Vetter, complete to Mateer. Well, the Houston defensive staff tried to warn us. Eddie Walls has been dealing with that ankle. Watch out, because he's healthy now.
Oh, he is. He looks fluid tonight, the best he's looked all season. And need some more plays for him right now, because ASU is driving.
3rd and 8. The adjustment is made. Mateer, flag down, catch is made, touchdown, Shimon Mateer.
It's going to stand, touchdown. He's a defensive holding.
Holding, defense, number 6. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Well, we said it, man. Plenty of time in this game. Score a touchdown all of a sudden. You're only down 1 score. Heck of a drive. Jess Sims coming in there with some big-time throws.
Mateer got one taken away. Not going to rip that one away from big number 7. Second touchdown catch of the season. The only dude outside Jordan Tyson that even has a touchdown catch. Extra point now for Jesus Gomez. And it's 24-16. How about Jeff Sims, though? Comes in for Sam Levitt and throws his first touchdown pass in 786 days. 2023 season opener with Nebraska. The last time that Jeff Sims did this. End zone. Sun Devils not ready to go quiet into this night. Presented by Geico. A 24-point deficit for Arizona State is now just an 8-point hole. Shimon Mateya with the touchdown catch from Jeff Sims, who replaced the battling Sam Levitt on that last drive. And this kick goes out of bounds. Arizona State on the night where things really haven't gone their way.
Kicking team.
With another huge blunder. Jesus Gomez already with 2 missed field goals and now a costly penalty there. Let's check in with Zubin.
There are 2 fouls on the kicking team. Offside, number 18. That penalty is declined. Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. That ball will be enforced.
Zubin and Trevor, thank you so much. Man, college football is just insane this year, and I'm here for all of it.
It is utter chaos in college football this year. I mean, some of these new rules have really spread the wealth across the country, which as consumers of the game, we are benefiting from right now.
So kick out of bounds. It's a penalty that brings it up to the 35-yard line. Houston and Arizona State trying to keep pace with BYU and Cincinnati, the 2 teams that are undefeated in the conference race. Texas Tech is also there with the Cougars and Sun Devils, 1 game back, all those 3 with 1 loss in conference play. Now, neither of these teams, Arizona State and Houston, will play BYU or Cincinnati, but those two teams will go head-to-head later in this season. So Sun Devils and Cougars both need help.
And all you want to do is make that title game, and right now, 2 timeouts to go, plus the 2-minute timeout. You have time for ASU and for Houston. Keep moving that football, see if you get a couple first downs.
Fans back in it. Wigman, 100-yard rushing performance, and this is going to be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Cougars.
Man, I think this is one of these moments that Connor Wigman has to understand. I ain't gonna feel good tomorrow. I ain't gonna feel good tonight. But if we can go on the road and get a win against ASU, continue to work our way up into the Big 12 standings, I gotta do what I gotta do. That means right now this 3rd down and short, good chance that ball is not leaving number 1's hands.
Fans that stuck around despite the 24-point deficit. Rowdy. Wigman, straight run and straight through the Arizona State defensive line. First down, Cougars. That is a man that has laid it all on the line tonight.
He has. Offensive line, look at everyone crushing down. Cozio, number 9, the tight end as well, with a nice individual block. Man, offensive line just shoving bodies, getting some pancakes.
Arizona State needs a takeaway. Problem is, Houston only has 4 turnovers all season. 3 of them were in one game. A loss to Texas Tech. This ball is not going to leave Wigman's mitts to the 49-yard line.
Now's the time to start using the timeouts for ASU.
Arizona State has called their 2nd timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Okay, I got more trivia for you. Going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
There have been 1,189 games in which a team has trailed by 24 points going into the 4th quarter since 2018. Of those 1,189 games, how many have been a comeback win? Down 24.
5.
1! And it was 2018. Baylor against UCF. Oh, excuse me, in 2023. Just 1, though. Wow. That's the history that we're talking about here with Arizona State. They were down, they were out, but frustrated because they felt they were having calls go against them and some sloppy play mixed in.
Sloppy play, 2 missed field goals as well. I mean, there's been a lot of sloppiness from ASU. Not taking away anything. Houston's played a great game.
Yes.
Just saying ASU has not played their best.
The shirts are off like it's Stillwater, Oklahoma. Ten straight wins here at Mountain America Stadium for the Sun Devils. Wigman faked it to Thomas. Sun Devils not fooled. CJ Fight forcing a 3rd down.
I mean, I don't know if you saw it. It looked like goal line defense essentially from Arizona State. They're like, you ain't throwing it, you're running it. Number 1's gonna be the runner. And it looked, I mean, it's a defense, it's a goal line front essentially to stop the run, which they did.
So now, 3rd and long, do you throw the football and risk potentially stopping the clock before the 2-minute timeout and risk an interception?
I think you run it and punt the football, and your defense has to get a stop because they got to score and they got to get a 2-point conversion.
Taking all the time down on the play clock.
Houston has called their 1st timeout of the half.
And a timeout called by Houston. They'll have 2 left. Well, next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, the SEC on ABC features 2 teams and a rivalry that dates back over 110 years as Georgia takes on Florida. Game also available on the all-new ESPN app. So this is the first matchup for these programs in the Big 12, yet it feels like a rivalry game, like a Georgia-Florida type environment.
I love this conference. This is what you get week in and week out in the Big 12. A lot of all these teams very similar. We said earlier about these two teams, they are built identical in what they want to do, their identities. That's why we got a game right now. That's one score with just over 2 minutes to go.
First matchup between the Sun Devils and Cougars since 1990 when they played in Tokyo. 3rd and 9. An epic comeback for the Sun Devils hinges on a defensive stop. Wigman will throw. The frozen rope, looking for Thomas, incomplete. And now the clock stops. And Houston clearly, on 4th and long, has to send out the punt team. The dream is still alive in Tempe.
Dream is still alive. You have one timeout. You will get the 2-minute timeout as well, so essentially 2. And it was there. We'll take another look. Yeah, incompletion through the hands of Broussard. Plenty of time. They just moved down the field for a touchdown. Pretty quickly, their last possession. They know they can do it.
3 straight empty drives for the Cougars. Liam Dowdy, the lefty boot. Sample muffed one earlier and catches this one inside the 5. Down 24-0. Arizona State has stormed back with 16 unanswered. Sam Levitt got it started, finding for the first time ever in his career Cameron Harpole for a touchdown. And then the field goal from Jesus Gomez. Chip, and away. Jeff Sims then comes in for Levitt, and they cannot deny Shimon Mateer on that touchdown after they took one away earlier in the game. Sims comes out with 2:08 left, 1 timeout, and the 2-minute timeout coming up. He entered for Sam Levitt in the opening drive when Levitt was hurt, returned in the last drive to lead the touchdown. And we'll just get rid of this. Dangerous with activity in the end zone. A hold would be a safety. An offensive line that has struggled for Arizona State has to be huge.
That's a big issue right now. You have to worry about this. Offensive line has struggled in protection this game. Got to make sure you get the ball out. It would feel good just to get that first down. Get out of your own end zone.
Jeff Sims. Last touchdown was his first touchdown pass in 786 days. This is what he's known for, spinning off a tackler to the 11-yard line. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. It would be a historic comeback. Jeff Sims is the man that will try to get Arizona State there. close to a Big 12 elimination game here in Tempe. The Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on the ropes, but still throwing haymakers. They were down 24-0. It's now an 8-point deficit. Why is it so important? BYU, Cincy winners today, still undefeated in conference play. Texas Tech also in the mix with a win today and one conference loss. Dangerous pass from Jeff Sims to Jalen Moss, and Will James was there to break it up. 4th and 4, this is your ball game. Anxious moments for Kenny Dillingham. Any other week, this ball is going to number 0, Jordan Tyson. But Tyson is out with a bad hamstring. So Jeff Sims has to find another man. Malik McClain, number 12 in black, has had a breakthrough performance. Rocked! Ball game! Houston will seal it. Kentrell Webb came in like a wrecking ball.
Well, they were ready to go for a quick game. They understood, hey, ball's gonna come out fast. 4th and short, they just need a first down. Quick slant, they're bracketing the slot receiver, so a little in and out. I think it's a clean hit too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. Shoulder pad to shoulder pad. Perfect timing as well from Webb. As soon as the receiver catches it, he's there.
That pass was intended for Derek Eusebio. They're going to review this now. I don't think we saw enough to call Kentrell Webb with targeting. That will be up to this Big 12 officiating crew. But I bring up Eusebio because without Jordan Tyson, he is the leading receiver in terms of catches from the receiver position with 7 all season. 50 behind Jordan Tyson. Seeing that shot he took from Kentrell Webb.
Yeah, I think that's clean. I mean, once again, beautiful execution. 24 is playing outside leverage. Webb's on the inside, ready to go for anything. Quick game, reacts quickly. And I don't think there's much here to be seen. It's a big hit, so obviously they're going to review it, I guess, because you can't hit guys hard anymore. But that was clean.
That sums up this game, though, that this is Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson on a team that is built around showcasing and highlighting your star players. It's something Kenny Dillingham learned coaching high school football here in Tempe. When you have great players, get them the ball. It's a microcosm of the issues in this game, that on the most important down, it's the backups.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. It'll be first down.
But I will say this, we saw some playmakers show up tonight for ASU. The biggest issue, 2 missed field goals. And the offense line was horrendous. It wasn't the receivers. I thought Sims played well when he came in there. They couldn't block. They couldn't get the run game going, and they couldn't protect the quarterback. If you had Tyson, yes, more plays could have been made on the outside. But I thought first and foremost, this offensive line for the Sun Devils got whooped by Houston for 4 quarters. That was the biggest difference in this game.
It's tough to describe Willie Fritz as a head coach because so many other great coaches have a calling card, something they do offensively or defensively that gets them to be considered a guru. Willie Fritz simply wins, and he has done it at the JUCO level, winning national titles at Blinn, doing it at the D2 level, the FCS level at Sam Houston State, doing it in the group of 5 at Georgia Southern and Tulane, and now after 31 years of being a coach, getting this shot to coach in the Power 4. This is year number 2 at Houston, and the turnaround has been dramatic, just like this victory. Dean Connors. And if you were sleeping on Houston coming into this game, it's understandable. The schedule was not great. But you play who's in front of you, and they've come out and they've made a statement. This is now turning into a 4-team race in the Big 12. Cincy and BYU, the Big 2. They'll face off later this season. and it's Texas Tech and Houston, the teams right behind them with one conference loss.
Yeah, and look at the schedule too. I mean, West Virginia, UCF, you feel pretty good about those two games. TCU is going to be a terrific game between these two ball clubs, and Baylor's another good squad as well. So really, there's an opportunity there. Houston, what we've seen tonight, because we've seen Baylor, we've seen TCU. This team, if they play like this, and Connor Whitman plays like this, now they can hang.
They got a quarterback.
They got a quarterback.
They know who they are. It's a band of transfer portal, almost misfits in a way, that were coming from losing programs that have found a home here with Willie Fritz. And
just disciplined football on both sides. They don't give up big plays. They make you earn it. They don't turn it over. You know, offensively, 4 turnovers, 3 of them were in one game versus Texas Tech. They do the little things right.
Week 8 Monday Night Football matchup is the Chiefs and Commanders. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the all-new ESPN app with Peyton and Eli available on ESPN2. So you see the Commanders, you think Jaden Daniels. A tip of the cap to Sam Levitt, who broke Daniels' school record for the most consecutive pass attempts in a season without an interception. That dude's a warrior as well, and Arizona State will be a factor once they get Jordan Tyson back, and if Levitt can get healthy as well. Here's Connors. And so that will set up a 4th down now from the 11 and a half.
State is called the 3rd and final
and a field goal here certainly puts this thing on ice. We'll take it from an 8-point lead to an 11-point lead. And Arizona State, this has been the toughest place to win in the Big 12 after Kenny Dillingham got done with season number 1 here in Tempe. The last loss, late November against Arizona. 10 straight since then here in Mountain America Stadium. 5th longest active home winning streak in the FBS. It just underscores the magnitude of this win for Houston if they can get this thing through the uprights. Arizona State has to sell out for a block here. Ethan Sanchez with a 26-yarder. This from 25. He missed it. He missed it. A flag is down as Sanchez is coming up slow.
Running into the kicker. I mean, he ran right into him. It's going to be a penalty on ASU. I thought they got an early jump, too. Okay, Dillingham screaming, that was soft, that was soft.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Yep.
Defense. That penalty will be being enforced half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that now is the ball game. Penalty number 13 on Arizona State. The most in a game with Kenny Dillingham as a head coach.
Yeah, I thought it was a jumped off sides anyways, too, but you cannot run into the kicker.
He's selling it.
He sold it nicely.
He's selling it. Ethan Sanchez, the man that had the 41-yard game winner to beat Arizona last week, helped set up victory formation here for Connor Wigman and the Houston Cougars. And Houston will win on the road against a top 25 opponent for the first time since 2017, when Major Applewhite led the Cougs to a win against USF. This, though, is different against a P4 opponent in a Big 12 race that Houston is right in the thick of.
Oh, they are right there in the thick of it. What a performance from the quarterback right there, Connor Wigman. This defense was terrific. This coaching staff, Willie Fritz, he has a contender in the Big 12. This is a monster win, man. This is a talented ASU team. Had a monster win a week ago. They came into their home, a place they don't lose, and they won the football game.
We figured it out with Fritz. What he does, he just wins. Here's Lauren Sisler.
Connor, big win tonight on the road. What kind of statement is this for your football team?
It's a big win. We're playing against a top 25 team, a good team that was in the playoffs last year, and I'm just so proud of my guys, man. They come out and fight each and every week, and it's truly a blessing to be out here and get the win like that.
Saw you on the sidelines really pumping them up. Stay in this, keep fighting. Where does all that confidence come from?
I've seen them do it before. They were down 17-0 to TCU a couple weeks ago and came back and won. So I knew it was going to be a 60-minute fight, and we all knew that on our sideline, and we played that way.
Handful of games ahead. What kind of confidence does this give you for your football team moving forward to get a big win like this on the road in a place that's extremely challenging to win at?
It was huge, but like Coach Fritz always says, each week is its own season. One week at a time. Come on, baby. It's 1 week at a time, and we're going to keep going. And, like I said, 1 week at a time, man.
Come on, one! Obviously, you have your teammates coming up to you, guys like Dean Connors getting it done. What does that say about your offense and having guys like that around you to have success?
It says a lot. We're a really tight-knit group. We do a lot of stuff with each other outside of football, and just the brotherhood and bond we got. Like I said, we're unbreakable, and we just got to keep going.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Man, have a blessed night.
Well, it wasn't quite David Klingler with 716 passing yards like it was back in 1990 in Tokyo, the last time Arizona State and Houston went after it. But Connor Wigman probably played the quarterback spot like his dad used to play the linebacker spot under Willie Fritz in the early 90s at Sam Houston State. He carried Houston to the win. Over 100 yards rushing for the first time in his career, and Willie Fritz walking off with a statement victory.
Statement victory, and they will continue to move forward in the Big 12. It's going to be a conference. It's going to be a battle to the end.
Big 12, man, so much fun. BYU and Cincy still leading the standings, but Texas Tech and Houston. That's right, the Houston Cougars, a team that won 4 times last season, right behind. For Aaron Murray, Lawrence Hisler, I'm Lo Galindo. Thank you so much for watching. Zubin Mahinti and Trevor Manich coming up next with College Football Scoreboard.